I cannot get over how much hair I have right now. I mean, y'all don't know. I used to, at one point, I had shaved all of my hair off. And then at another point, I had like a partial mohawk situation. So now it's like, and I tried so many times before quarantine to grow my hair out, and it would get weird every time. I don't know. I do know it was different this time. Oh yeah, I discovered dry shampoo. I don't know why that made a difference, but here it is. It's fine. Anyway, I thought we'd do some cards. I've actually been writing down like stuff, like when I watch videos or I read something really good. I'm like, oh, let me write that down. I have been posting everything to the subreddit, which I do like because it's searchable, and that helps me like answer questions. But I'm not, I'm not holding onto the information kind of the way I had originally thought that I would. So I'm coming across stuff I've written before or posted before, and I'm like, oh, that's so good. It's like it's gone. So anyway, there's something, I like the cards. They're tactile, which I really enjoy, and I can just like touch them all the time if I want. So anyway, thought we do some cards. I'm gonna start off with the 52 practices for happiness, love, and wisdom deck. Let's see what's up. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute. I think the last card one I did was birthday cards. That's fine. Do what I want. Having a great time. Okay. Let's see. It says, water your fruit tree. No, son, we got this one before. There's usually one or a few things that in your heart are a key factor to your well-being. Could be exercising 30 minutes a day, writing in your journal, or listening deeply to your partner. If you think of this as feeding yourself or nourishing something that will pay off big for you, it's a lot easier to stick to a goal. And then it says, water your tree. So the last time, I don't even use this deck that much. Last time this came up, I went on this whole explanation of how fruit is the last thing to bear on a tree. And so we get discouraged because we're putting in all this work. And then we're like, where's my fruit? But it takes time. We don't like waiting. I don't like waiting. Nobody likes waiting. I've mentioned before, if we all keep trying to short circuit healing because it takes years and nobody wants to go, let me take some years to work on this. But if you don't take the time, you end up just piling more stuff on top of the old stuff to heal from, and then it takes longer. And it's just, we're doing our best. It's fine. Okay. So actually I've been thinking about, I've been watching like tarot readings. And they've been bringing me back to like law of attraction language and like manifesting stuff. And like, I don't know that I know anything is true or not, but a concept that comes up quite frequently in that, and then like new age kind of spiritualism type community stuff, is the idea of being in alignment. And I remember I was like, what exactly does that mean, And it seems like everybody's kind of got a different paradigm for it. It's super interesting. So one paradigm people like to use is chakras. Like, I'm in alignment. Chakras. I forget them, but there's like a crown chakra, there's like a throat chakra, there's a heart chakra, yada yada. And you want all of these to be in alignment. So what people do is they will do practices to open, energetically open those chakras. But you can think of it in a more concrete way. So for example, your throat chakra, if you're not communicating your truth, then you might think, I want to communicate my truth more. Then there's, what's another way? So I realized, OMG, the 7 deadly sins. And there are corresponding 7 virtues, 7 heavenly virtues. So like, there's wrath, there's gluttony, there's sloth, there's pride, there's envy. Wrath, gluttony, sloth, pride, envy, lust. What's the other one? Greed. So, and then there are corresponding virtues like patience and whatever. And I thought, oh, that's an interesting way to think of, because it's accurate. Like, sloth is not good. Gluttony is not good. Obviously these are like the very extreme forms of, some natural human instincts, in one direction. But then there's, human instincts in the other direction. Like patience, and they have chastity on the list, which, that's good for y'all. But I was thinking of that as like another, thing of alignment. I also, and I showed this in another video, I super really love Steve Pavlina's paradigm, which is, it's love, truth, and power. And then, I'm not going to remember it. Where love and truth overlap, like you get authenticity, where it's like this really great, the book's right over there. But anyway, so it's this really great way of looking at it. And I really like that idea. Am I in alignment? But, am I authentically expressing or feeling or being, in that love energy? Am I being, the power, the truth? If you isolate one without the others, you're not balanced. So, for example, someone who's, got a whole lot of love, a whole lot of heart, but no power and no truth, they're just feeling their feelings and they're all over the place. I've been there. Or if you're that person that's all up in the truth, but there's no love or there's no power to balance it out, then you're just shouting into the wind and you're upset all the time. And I've been that person too. So, it's another way of looking at it. What else was I thinking? I think I looked up I was looking up Buddhist stuff too, like the Four Noble Truths and the Dalai Lama. A lot of his stuff really does break down to universal compassion, and that you can do that better when you take yourself out of it. Anyway, why did I get on the top? Oh yeah, that's right, because the card. No, this is Be Home, which I love. I love that card. Well, it's gone now. But basically, so when we are living our lives and there's something, there's a cog in our machine that's not quite, we've got our work section of our life, we've got our family section, our relationship section, friendship section, kind of our social life section, purpose or a hobby section, like a fitness section. So we know where we want to improve. We know where we want to do better. One thing I tell my son is that power is our ability to do things in the world. And the most power that we have is our power of what we do and what we say. That's why I'm always very careful with him. I don't tell him things that I don't know or firmly believe to be true. I want him to always know that he can rely on what I tell him. My word has power to him. And that's kind of like a value that I think is important for him to have. What we tell people, what we tell ourselves, has a lot of power. If we're following through with it, if what we say and what we do, is aligned. We're in integrity with our values and what we say. Okay, so I'm gonna do this deck now. It's my ghetto Inva just be writing her notes down on cards. These cards aren't my favorite ones to touch, unless they're all neatly in a stack. But I do like the shape of it and how I can connect cards. Anyway, all right, let's see. Oh, speaking of, okay, this is from one of the tarot ladies online. She said, but when you're really sad and anxious, you overeat. The energy behind that is I self-destruct. I escape. I don't feel good within myself. I cannot cope on my own. I thought that was really good. She had another one too, talking about like overworking, about how that means you're not like valuing yourself. I wonder if I could like find that right quick. You know, the energy behind that is that we're not valuing our well-being. Let's see, is this it? Yeah. The energy surrounding that toxic job or you're doing too much is that I'm not that important. What's more important to me is providing to everyone around me that I can, proving to everyone around me that I can be successful, that I can work hard. Because the perception of everyone around me is what's going to give me value and my sense of self instead of me finding it from within. I also don't mind that I am being self-destructive and hurting myself. Okay, let's see what's up. I love my ocean deck. It's so pretty. Okay. Resilience. There is no need to rush or push. This is the time to take things as they come. You have the determination and patience to handle what is happening. The thing is, I don't know what's happening right now. I think a lot of us don't know what's happening right now. I'm supposed to renew my lease at the end of this month, and I'm like, I mean, so far my job, knock knock, has been pandemic resilient, but you know, I've been worried about it. Well, thanks, card, for letting me know to just relax. Take it easy. You know, it is nice to be in a place where I feel safe in myself, and I hope that for everyone, because when you're not feeling that way, it's not great. You know, you don't feel like you can cope with anything that's happening, and it seems like a whole bunch of everything is happening all at once. Like, okay. Oh, speaking of, Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Actually, you know who's going to provide is my awesome bosses. So, rhyming unintended. These guys, they gave us quarantine bonuses so that we could make sure that we could go out and buy anything that we needed. And this was like, we were basically like out of the office shut down for a month. And then I think we started kind of, you know, and then we started trying to work remotely and like coming in and whatever. They've been amazing. I'm so grateful to have the people in my life that I do. I learned a lot from them just in general. And then also then this happened and I was like, oh, they're great. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. Orthoceras fossil. Have you been feeling overwhelmed? Are you trying to sort through thoughts, feelings, and details to make sense of everything? Yes, card, I have been. And I'm not like, just so much stuff's happening. Are you able to absorb and digest all that is happening, both physically and emotionally? Take the time to make lists and journal to sort through things. Drink water to detoxify your physical body and use meditation to clarify your mind. Let yourself open up to shine a light on your life and cultivate good relationships. Yes, cultivate good relationship, because seriously, that is what is, speaking of my bosses and other people in my life, that's what's getting me through for sure. And I'm hopefully showing up for the people I care about in that way. Yeah, I don't know that I feel like meditating. I used to do it. Does staring off into the distance count as meditating? Actually, technically does, I think. The best meditation experience I ever had, I accidentally, bless him, my ex-husband, I accidentally took us to a silent meditation retreat, which I didn't know that's what it was. I just, these two guys did a thing at a seminar I was at, and I was like, oh, I want to show up to whatever you're doing. It's great. And so we show up, and then it was like, here's a week without talking. And my ex-husband that's not his situation. Like, he's not, that was not like a him thing at all. But there was this moment, we're in Colorado, we're in the mountains, it's cold, but like I'm in the sun and I'm outside, and I just had this moment, like it's this moment of eternal peace. I was like, I literally could die right now and I would be okay. Like, and is amazing. You know, whenever I need to like reconnect with feeling centered, and like that's the moment I go to. It was that impactful. I literally was just like time stopped, and I just like I dissolved into the universe, and I felt connected to the earth. It was like when people do drugs, I feel like it's probably what they feel like. I mean, I don't know. I don't do that, but if I did, I feel like that's probably what that felt like. Okay, no, I don't like this. No. Why? I don't like this deck. I don't think I like this deck at all. Okay. Let's just go back to that first card. Lion. Ask for what you want. Obviously I'm feeling some real resistance to this card. That's fine. Ask for what I want. I know what I want, but I don't think it's possible. Well, one of the things I want. A lot of everything else that I want is already in my life, which is great. Okay, I'm going to do one of these from the Talk to Me Like I'm Someone You Love deck. I super love just even touching the cards. Oh, why are they backwards? It's fine. Doesn't matter. I like it as examples of how to talk in an argument, especially if you didn't have like really great examples when you were younger. Oh, this one's nice. Right now, I'd do anything for you to know how much I love you. We do want the people that we love to know we love them. But one of the things that I'm learning is that having someone feel that feeling for us, you know, if they're being self-focused, right? So I was recently in a relationship with a person who's like, oh my gosh, I love you so much. You know, you're the one that I want. He did want me. He did. He wanted my energy. He wanted how I am, but he hated how I did things, like everything. You know, and it's like, okay, but you're telling me you love me, but like, oh, do you even like me? Like, you don't seem to agree with anything I fucking do. Like, you know, oh. My favorite is when we're in relationships where the appreciation is so tactile. You know, they talked about the 5 love languages, and, you know, so, you know, telling a person that you love them, or doing things for them to show them that you love them. But honestly, above the 5 love languages, I would say when you just adore all the things they do, even when they're dumb. So, you know, I had a partner who just so pedantic, but like it wasn't annoying to me. I was like, oh, I love it. You know, pedantry actually is something, you know, in my family that we're not annoyed by, as long as you're being you know, consistent and rational about it, you know, not hurtful. That's not like a bad thing. But I have said to young folk before, like, live by the pedantry, die by the pedantry. You know, like if that's how you want to be toward people when they're that way toward you, like, don't be surprised, don't be mad, don't be on that haterade. Anyway, yeah. So I guess this is about like watering our trees, seeing where they're bearing fruit, but also seeing where we need to water. You know, we know where we have room for improvement, or we want to do better, or things are not in alignment. But I really like that was the last card, because, you know, I know for me, I do get very much in my mind and thinking. And instead of being in that like hard space and just living, you know, that's such a great place to be, to exist in that space. I want to be there all the time. Anyway, I hope everyone has a great Sunday night. I'll talk to you next time.